Hey everybody, how are you? Happy Thursday. It's March 4th. Had a few days off with my husband. Went to Applebee's again. We seem to be doing that. I had the half rack of ribs. Last week, wasn't that great. I really didn't speak much about it. I think I did, but I never posted the video, so it doesn't really matter. Didn't have too great of an experience last week. This week went actually better. So the ribs were great. I had mashed potatoes and broccoli. My husband had his bacon burger, lettuce, tomato, onions, and he doesn't like any cheese on his burger. So, and it was a good night out. Okay, so he went back to work today. I'm in the middle of doing domestic chores, laundry, whatever you will. Yes. It's a beautiful day out. It's in the high 40s. Yesterday was in the 50s. It was like 54 degrees. I was like, why are we home? But my husband doesn't really have the chance to just hang out and just not do anything at all. And that's basically what he wanted to do. So anyhow, I am in the midst of doing some more with my little kitchen here. I know you people know I got my garbage pail. Everything is good. Everything matches now. It's really good. The thing is that my husband even said, I says, yeah, but it's a kitchen. My husband says, the dish rack. He says, is that going to stay out there? I says, well, dish racks, you can leave the dish rack out. But then he's right. You know what? I don't want to see it when I'm not using it. I don't want to see it when there's no dishes, even though everything is nice and neat and the dishes are done and everything's all nice and clean. And besides the fact that I'm still decorating that little shelf thing, and I'll show you. I have out my orange bird. And originally my orange bird, this is the, you want to say the second edition. This is the diamond edition orange bird, and I had gotten him about, oh lordy, I want to at least say about over close to 2 years now. And he's cute, and he's the diamond version. He sparkles. He's at Disney World, as you can see down here, Disney World exclusive. And yeah, but the thing is, you know what? I had gotten him from a personal shopper who is no longer in business, but this was $20. And the thing was, is I paid like close to $30 because of that and the shipping. They have to get a fee, and I get it. All right. Anyway, they're no longer in business. But anyhow, I put out my orange bird stuff, and I have the orange bird cup, also purchased from the same shopper. And then I have the Pork Pals. So I thought that the orange bird would look cute here. I still have to redo my Steamboat Willie, because I would like the black and whites down here with my Mickey with the fire hose, and my silly Mickey, my crazy Mickey with his hair. I just love the black and white Mickeys, and I figured because of my black decor here in the kitchen, this is where he belongs. So, but my Steamboat Willie, a few months back, I had explained that to you, he broke. Okay, now the dish rack. The dish rack is working out awesome. I love it. It goes very well with the mat in which I bought separate. Now, we know this because I did the unboxings. So, one of the things about the mat is that, the water seeps and it doesn't dry. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I find that I figure out things for myself. So, if I figure out something for myself and maybe I could spread along the idea to you, maybe maybe it'll work for you. I don't know. So what I want to do is I'm going to put you down. I'm going to put you down here. Let's see if I could do this. Okay, are we there? Okay. Oh, good. Look at that. Now, the only thing is my head's probably going to be cut off. I'm sorry. The height level is kind of shot. Okay, originally I redid my cabinet underneath the sink. I did take that apart last week. I ripped it apart, got rid of some things, reorganized some things, switched things around, and now my cabinet is much more better and it works for me. And besides, I really wanted to clear out my hose. There's a hose from the dishwasher to the sink. Obviously, it hooks underneath from the bottom, but there is a hole drilled for that hose to go through. So I wanted to make sure underneath my sink and my cabinet that hose has room. because right now when you do this, you'll hear like a tick, tick, and that's nothing bad. That's just the hose swishing back and forth underneath the sink, so it's banging into things. Okay, but at least I know it has room. Okay, so that works for me. Found more garbage bags that I didn't know I had. I found more cleaners. I got rid of a lot of extra rags that I don't use anymore. We used to take old t-shirts and sometimes rip old towels apart and use those as rags. But I'm doing the Dollar Tree wipes and the rags and everything, and they seem to be working out very well for me. The microfiber towels. So I came up with the solution of, you know what, you don't want this here. It's cute. It's good. I'm happy with it. But my husband comes out and, you know, throws that dagger and says, Is that gotta stay there? Now, is it bothering you? No. But I figured out a little solution. Now, you know, this comes off, which is the draining. So what I usually do now, let's go back and work on the other person's problem of the bottom mat never dries. It always stays wet. And she said sometimes the water leaks. Okay. There's an explanation for that. The water leaks. This is the mat, we know. This is the mat inside. Now, I've had this now for about a week, and you could see it's being used. There's a little hole that's here. Even though you could see that the water should stop at this point, depending on how wet your dishes are. That's another thing, people. That's another thing. So if you're really going to let your dishes air dry and you put them on the rack, of course, all the water is going to drip. And this, I kind of use this as a drip pan. But as you can see, there's a hole that's here. Okay, hole that's there. I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I got this. I got this. Now, in order to let this mat dry, I mean, you can do other things with it. You can hang it in the bathroom. I'm not doing that. But what I have come up with is a solution. Now, where the hell is it? Because I don't even know where I have it anymore. Okay, I got it. I got it. Remember my hooks that I use for the closet for the Loungefly? My Loungefly bags? I did a video on that. You see it. These hooks come from Amazon. I think I got a set of 20 hooks. I think they were like $12.99. These hooks are amazing. Amazing. I want to show you what else I use them for. Originally, there was no talk about the Loungefly bags, but they worked out well. Originally, I used them for this. This is what I wanted them for. For my utensils to hang on my rack. And it works out so well. They are really spaced out. They are awesome, as you can see. I'm very pleased with them. So that's why I took the extra ones and I did the Loungeflies hanging in my closet. Okay, now, one more idea for these. One more idea. I went, aha, wait a minute. Wait, the wheels are turning. I got this. Hold on, I'm with you. You really want to dry the mat out. What I usually do is just this thing, and I will be doing this tonight. You put the hook in here. That's what the hook is. And what I do is I hang it over the sink. And as you can see, now the mat will be dry. Let's say tomorrow morning or in an hour, whatever. All the water will run out. You know, you can take a paper towel. What I usually do is I take my sponge or paper towel and I'll dry in the creases as much as I can. Maybe I'll even shake the mat out in the sink and then I just hang it. But the hook, I got another use for the hook. Works for me. Works for me. Okay. Now, somebody else had said that the water, it runs over. Okay. I have this solution also. I always use where the hole is. You put it on the sink. Now let me show you this. You put it on the sink. I don't know if I could do this. Okay, but what I usually do is, I've been doing this now for the past week. It works out awesome. I like to hang the mat a little bit over the sink. And as you can see, maybe not so much, but as you can see, the water will drain over time. And then I put this is working. Like I said, this is 2 different pieces, so these don't even go together, but they work, they complement each other so well. And I will just put, use my dishes, whatever, the water will drain, and the water, whatever excess, will actually fall or run into the sink as much as possible. It's not going to be great, but you're going to get the excess of water, the most of it, depending on how wet your dishes are. Makes total sense. Now this came with the dish rack. This comes off. I'm liking it. Let's get these out of here. I'm liking this. It has enough holes for the drainage. Now, what I've noticed is you put your utensils in. Okay, also they're draining and running out. They may actually back up and the water comes back this way, but if you take this, I'm just full of ideas today. You take this and I turn it and I put it in reverse and you hook it. Now the water has a better chance. The water has a better chance to actually drain out even more. Okay? So, and depending on where your dishes are, if you want to bring it just a little bit more maybe, but you don't want it to be overpowered, so this way it doesn't tip. So, depending on how many dishes you have. And that is working out between this and this. So that is working out awesome for me. I purchased 3 of these bottles, 8-ounce bottles on Amazon. They're just bottles, travel bottles, whatever, 8 ounce. Some people put lotion, some people put hair shampoo, some people put conditioner. Me, to match my decor, I put my dish liquid. And it is working out. You can see. It is working out wonderful for me. So that sits right here. And it is neater looking. The sponge doesn't belong here. And it is neater looking. Of course, you notice this. This is Mickey Mouse. This is from the Main Street ice cream shop. It's called the Kitchen Sink. And it was $14.99. You fill it up with, they fill it up with the ice cream for you and all your toppings. And I figured that this sink has many uses. And right now, this holds my sponges. So, a sink for a sink. And there's my little Disney, with all my Disney dedications, as you know. Okay, well, that's what I figured out as far as this is concerned. Now, the one last thing let's get back to my husband. Why does that have to stay there? Okay, it must be bothering him. Who knows? Okay, men don't do dishes, but these things bother him. All right, that's cool. So I've come up with another solution, okay? So, besides, okay, this is now dry. So, the air dry, and you know what, with the silicone, this really dries fast. It really, I love it. I love this mat. Amazon. I think it was like $11.99. All right, anyhow, you've seen my unboxings for them. So, I've come up with this solution. Many people, I know a few single people that usually keep extra space, and I have all right, they have small apartments. It is an old New York tradition thing to do. It is the old New York style, living downtown in the village in a studio, in a studio, 1-room apartment. Yes, we still have those here in New York. The prices went up, you're not getting a studio apartment for $500 a month anymore. I mean, they're like anywhere from $1,500 to $1,800 just for a one room. Okay, and everything's in that room: the refrigerator, the stove, the sink, and everything's in there. Okay, fine. However, I know people who actually store crap still in their dishwasher, if they have one, and in their stove. I mean, I couldn't think of that, but that isn't, thinking back at the old 1970s route, which is my era. People used to do that. People, don't have storage. They didn't have storage. Now today you have all storage boxes, and you have storage videos, and you have organizing videos, to make your life a little easier. But back then, and I know people who still do that. So, but me, I don't like no crap in my dishwasher. When the dishes are done, so's the dishwasher. My dishwasher is awesome. It is empty. You will not see anything in my dishwasher. I love having a dishwasher. Never had one before. Nope, never had one. To store this, I figured to myself, you know what? Out of sight, out of mind. I was originally going to put it underneath the sink. Like I said, I don't really have room under the sink for this. So I thought of an easier way. You know what? When it's not in use, okay, fine. Not in use, I'm just going to take it. I'm just going to shove it in here. And we're going to make that disappear. Okay? Okay, that's it. And if I really wanted to do the mat, I would do the mat as well. You know, just to make it, you know, just to get it out of the way. Get it out of the way. I don't want to see it anyway. But it's not me that don't want to see it. It's my husband that don't want to see it. But right now, my kitchen counter was clear because of it. So, but right now I'm going to use the mat because I do have a few dishes in the sink. And I will just use the mat for that purpose. So, right now, as far as this, just make it disappear. Okay. It's fine, it's out, it's gone. It's fine, it's out, it's gone. All right, people. I want to thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Something is dying in my phone. I think the battery is shot. I have no idea why. This phone is on its way out. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Have a wonderful day, people. Have a wonderful Thursday. Be safe out there. Wear your masks. Hope you like my ideas. That's what I came up with. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.